say one of the reasons I was interested in it when I became the trustee is because I've had a fairly extensive knowledge, starting out with parasitology, tropical disease, even as an undergraduate, and then again in medical school, and going down when I had to go down for the first space missions and be deployed into Africa and be the doctor for the potential rescue group. So I particularly had a great interest to get on board because of that, and hoping that this knowledge and my interest, where I even at one time injected rats with malaria when I was in medical school. But anyway, as a research project, the thing is, we'd sort of been told that they wanted elected people. I mean, I'd heard that they wanted elected people. I don't know why that mattered. I know you were there and you were very active. The reason I resigned, because it has just turned into turmoil. It has become micromanaged, and as a matter of fact, as I understand, one of the former executive directors was scientifically quite good and so on, but he was not a strong leader, and so he was replaced by a strong leader. The strong leader there have been great conflicts with some of the elected trustees who I think are over micromanaging it, and they're like counting the molecules on a pinhead when it comes to some issues. Presentations that should be finished in 10 to 15 minutes have run an hour and 15 minutes, to the point where by the time they finish, you don't know what they said at the beginning. They're very good people. They're elected people. But when you get 35 elected people, all strong personalities, it's like arguing a capital case in front of the Supreme Court. And they become, so many others sit back and wander in their mind. I had decided and discussed with the executive director as well as the board president, that my plan was to resign if this type of thing continued, because I had nothing to contribute and was getting nothing from it. And they asked me to come back for the following meeting. Again, it was on endless discussion on certain things, and it just went on and on and on. 5 or 6 attorneys were each arguing their points. Finally, I said, I am resigning now, and left. I understand several others left. They barely had a quorum to go ahead and finish that meeting. It's a good organization, and just what you said, I agree it needs to be separate, because they had done well with the taxes and upgraded things, and it seemed as though the county wanted to absorb it, and really in the background, in my opinion, they wanted to absorb it to get hold of the money because they were in a bind. And I think it needs to stay independent. That's what the voters wanted. They've got excellent results from their work that they do, compliments. We have done a great job in controlling the mosquito that are larvae that are being grown in these green pools from abandoned homes. We check them even from the air. We had, I think, West Nile fever last year. This summer was minimal, where before they were up in the 200s or something. So I think you would be a good candidate if you want to do that, because of the knowledge. I think that's one of the things. I'm not knocking Pam, except she was willing to jump into this turmoil.